So I'm going to be honest right now. I'm polemic. Polemic stems from the word pole, not like a staff, like a pole, like a polarity, like north south, like draw a line in the sand, pick a side. I am a polemic, and I'll agree with that. In some of my videos, people will get mad at. And you know what? I don't care. And I don't want to hear their comments. And they might leave the comments, and maybe I'll read them. And I don't care. I really don't. Because there's a point in time where you gotta think that something has to change. How do you make change? Does change come peacefully? No. Do you think that Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, do you think that when they organized protests, do you think it was really peaceful? Do you think when dogs were set on them and when they were hosed down by high pressured water, do you really think that none of them had violent thoughts? The protesters. Forget the fact that it wasn't peaceful just because one side was being violent. There was a line in the sand, and one side chose violence, while the other side didn't. Sure. And then, you know, from that is the advent of the Black Panthers. And those people did choose violence. They did. So, you want to ask me, am I revolutionary? What do I think the next change is? Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, bullshit. You know what I think it is? It's not violence. That's the line in the sand. It's violence, and it's not violence. You want to know where your tax money goes? It goes to violence. It goes to violence. It does. You know how many wars the United States of America is waging on this planet right now? Are you aware of how many wars the country in which you live and you pay taxes to? Do you know how many wars they're waging? It's not just Afghanistan. You think we only have boots on the ground in Afghanistan? You think all the troops really got recalled from Iraq? You think it matters when we clearly still use drones to bomb every country in the Middle East that we suspect of terrorism? You think it matters to the quote peacekeepers of the world that in Africa girls and children just get abducted? You think it matters that the true bad guys of the world, the ones who use child soldiers and make child prostitutes, you think it matters to the world that that happens? No. You know why? Because there is nothing of value in Africa. If you think that big business does not run the United States military, you are sorely mistaken. For a fact, a very good friend of mine who just got out of the army told me a story about his army friend who got deployed to Afghanistan. Sounds normal, right? Yes, it does. Why wouldn't he get deployed to Afghanistan? Well, he got deployed to Afghanistan to guard a poppy field. Now, poppy makes opium. Opium gets turned into morphine. Morphine is a drug that drug companies are very interested in having. Where are most of the world's drug companies? They're in the United States of fucking America. You think that he was guarding that poppy field for freedom? Or you think he was guarding that poppy field for the drug companies? I choose drug companies, not freedom, because I am not a fucking morphine addict. And I choose drug companies. He was guarding that field for drug companies. Fact, like straight up, like nothing. There's no mincing of words. There's no, like, and if you look at it, in Afghanistan, the Taliban, the people who we overthrew, you know what they were doing? They were anti drug. They ceased poppy production in Afghanistan. Do research about this. Do research. Learn yourselves. They stopped poppy production in Afghanistan. The Taliban, the bad guys, stopped poppy production in Afghanistan. They did. You know who started it back up again? It started back up around 2001. When the United States did what? Oh, yeah, we invaded Afghanistan. Oil's just a cover, man. There's more money in it, a renewable resource like poppy, like opium, like morphine. There's more money in that than there is in oil. Forget oil. We invaded Iraq for oil. We invaded Afghanistan for poppy. We did. Not poppy seeds for bagels either. We did it for morphine. And these people control the country. You think they don't? They do. Lobbyists affect political change. People with money affect political change. The people do not change anything. The current system is built around lobbyists. It was always built around people with money. There's never been a government built by the people. We've been lied to. We've been told by the people, for the people, blah blah bullshit bullshit. It is just that. It is bullshit. You think that in 1776 poor people gave a fuck what was going on? You think that poor people cared about taxation without representation? How many people in 1776 could spell taxation? Not many. Not many. You know who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Rich folks. You think I'm wrong? I'm not. The rich folks of America in 1776 used the poor population of this country for their war so that they could set up their own government, so that they could make their own money off of taxing, so that they could tax us without our representation. You think we're truly represented? How many senators have been in office? For how long? Look at it. Look at the numbers. The United States senators have been in office just as long as people in the House of Lords in England. The House of Lords, which comes from the Magna Carta in the 1500s. It's fact. You think it's not hereditary? Politics is in the family. It is. You have a lot of money. You have a name. you can do politics. You don't? Fuck you. You can't. You think that's not real? You think it's not real? It is. You think class warfare isn't coming? It is. We have suffered enough inequality. Racial inequality, gender inequality, classist shit, classist bullshit, elitism. I'll be real right now. Yes, I am a pampered rich boy. No, my father does not make more than $1 million a year. But yes, I fucking realize that he makes more than 95% of the world. I'm aware of this. Are you? I'm talking to the people in the middle class, children, products of the middle class. We are the ones who can do something about this. We are the ones who can affect the change. We have more power than you think. We are the links between the poor people and the super wealthy 0.01% who own 90% of the world's wealth. Tell me how fair that is. It's